Hey, so have you ever wondered how do I get all of these really cool, amazing backgrounds and what does my behind the scenes setup look like? And if you're intrigued, stay tuned and I'm going to share with you exactly how I do it. Hey, so if you're tuning in today, you're probably wondering how in the world does she do all of these really awesome backdrops and they look just so real and they look like it's like she's really there. And so that is, like I said, one of my top requested videos. And for people to see the behind the scenes on how I do all of my setup, how I've got everything that really gets this quality and gets these backgrounds on here. So let me show you exactly how I do this. We're going to go on a field trip to my other camera so that I can travel and just kind of show you the whole layout and the whole setup. Okay, you guys, so this is my total setup that I have, and you really probably cannot get the gist of this, but let me kind of pan out and I want you to look. So this is in my living room. This right over here is where my table and everything is set up. So the main thing that really makes this magic happen is this green screen right here. I get these little hooks and these clips from the Dollar Tree. You could get them from like Home Depot and stuff like that, but they are just too strong and too, kind of harsh on the material. And so I don't want to leave like indentions in the material. So if you look here, it just kind of easily just, like pops on and off, and it just nicely holds things. So you are going to need way more light than you really think you will when it comes to a green screen. So I want you to just look right here on just my setup. So these lights right here, they come in a set of 4, and if you will look, I have kind of MacGyvered this to fit on top of a stand because I was like, well, I don't want to just throw these lights away to get a new set of lights. And so I have made it to where these kind of stay on top of my stand. Okay, right there. Now, this is just a desk light that I have, and I can kind of lift, like lift this up and down, and it's going to give me more light. I also have my ring light that is right here, and this is going to, it's like right in front of my window. And if I film early in the morning, the sun is actually coming in through this window here, and it gives me like amazing lighting, and I don't really require the 2 lights on the side. Okay, but if you're getting more closer to the afternoon, like where we're at right now, then you're gonna need as much light as you can throw on the situation. So these 2 on the sides and the ring light here, and then the light over here on the side. And of course, I just have these on like little stands here. Okay, and I have put those all, like I've just had 2 stands from where I used to do photography, and then also I have purchased 2 different ring lights. And whenever you purchase a ring light, you do get a stand with it, and so that's like this one down here. It's with the newer brand, and so that's how you get all of that. And now what I want to kind of show you is, let's kind of look at it from this angle. Okay, so let's kind of go from this angle. And so now you can kind of see I have like, my fan right here. I have this light that's on the side, and I can actually control my ring light. I just like mounted it here to the wall, and you basically hit the button and it goes on and off. And so that has been really nice, and it just makes life a little bit easier on getting set up. Then if you look, let me kind of move my chair. And then if you look right here, I've got the other 2 lights on the floor area, okay? And those are gonna be, they're like shining up at the actual backdrop. Okay, so these lights, you want 2 on each side down below, and you want it really lighting up this backdrop because you're gonna want as much light on the backdrop as possible, because that's what, kind of throws the image back to your camera right here. okay? And this is how your, your camera is able to distinguish what is your backdrop and what is not. And so the more well lit the green screen is, the better your picture is going to look over here. So you can see whenever I kind of move or slide this, back and forth, you can start to see, like, hey, there's the end of her green screen. So that's why it's so important for you to really have that green screen really lit up. You just want to be sure you have really great lighting. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how I film my videos to upload to YouTube. And you'll notice that this is in StreamYard, and I don't traditionally use StreamYard. I feel like their filters or the cameras and the settings on stuff, it just makes you look a little bit harsher, and I just don't like the quality of the green screen that it offers whenever you do the green screen there. But for just purposes of showing you how this works and goes over into Zoom, because Zoom is what I use to basically film all of my videos, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do that and a little step-by-step here. So you'll want to go ahead and download the Zoom app to your computer. So that's what I did, because it's just going to be a lot quicker and easier to access, and you can just, you don't have to have so many different settings that you're looking at from, versus if you were to use, say, just like the website, whenever you go to zoom.com or whatever it is, I feel like it's just a lot more crowded, a lot more cluttered, a lot more going on. And so the cool thing about this is that now this will allow me to show you how I do all of this in Zoom. So let me go ahead and share my screen, share screen, and we're going to click here, share. Okay, so it is sharing my entire screen now. Great. And so what I want to do is go down here at the bottom. This is the Zoom icon. And I'm going to pop that up. And whenever you pop it up, you're going to see that it's got home, it's got a chat area. This is where they kind of send a lot of notifications here lately through there. And then meetings. Meetings are where your recording is going to be stored. So it's upcoming, and then it's got like all of your recorded meetings. So once I'm done recording, I go right here and I can open and access that file that I just recorded, or that video, what have you. And then of course, here's all of your contacts. I don't really use the chat or the contacts area. I pretty much will stay right here in the meetings area and the homepage area. So to start a video, to just film a video in Zoom, you're just going to go into start a new meeting. And right here is what you see. So this is a green screen. As you've seen in our backdrop, the background that I have is green, and it's not appealing whatsoever. But when you look here, you see this background, and this is why I love Zoom, because it looks really nice, and I have a little bit more control on what, like how it looks and all of that fun stuff. You'll also notice that my hands, they tend to, like a lot of times, that's the harder part when you're like dealing with a green screen, is to not have the fuzziness when you move, and for it to be able to pick up on what's really you and what's really the background. You want to be sure, like I was mentioning earlier, that your backdrop is well lit, okay? And so right here is, now this is going to be, let me see if I can kind of hide. Let me move that to the side. There we go. So down here is your menu bar in Zoom. And in order to change out, say like if I wanted to, stop my video, I could totally do that. You just hit stop video, and then you get this picture of yourself that they're just gonna, the person in the, like if they're watching a video that you're recording and you're not really recording a live video feed, and you just need like a picture of yourself, then this is what you would see. However, if you want to show up in your video, you'll just leave that on. So in order to get your virtual backdrops added in, you're going to go right here to this little up arrow that's right, basically built in onto the side of the record button. And so you just hit that, the little up arrow. Now you're going to go right here to choose virtual background. Okay. So this right here, you can see I have a ton of backgrounds like loaded in here. So as I click, you can see them all like changing. And it's just so cool. And I got all of my backgrounds from Unsplash. And let's see, the general background. Okay, so here's another one. This one's a really beautiful one. I love it. Here's another fun one. And I go to unsplash.com, and that's where I got a majority of these. Here's another really fun one. And it's like New York City, Times Square. And then here's, just New York. But you want to pick, like just things that you absolutely like. But you don't want the background to be so distracting. So I do try to, keep that in mind. But I also know that, like, pictures like this with the blues, it looks so beautiful and pretty. Now this one, because I'm setting up a little higher than like the house area, it doesn't look as realistic to me. So I try to pick something that I'm like, okay, I know it's going to look super realistic, and it just like kind of you don't know, and that's one of the cool things. So, and then of course, if you're doing like a Christmas thing, like I did a whole Christmas thing of fun things, you can do like all of these kind of different like backgrounds. And so just know this is like the options are endless whenever you're using like virtual backdrops and green screens and all of that. And so now what I'm going to do, and here's how you upload. So let me kind of like back out of here. Let me go to Safari, and I'm going to slide this to the side. So I'm going to go to Safari. Now I have Unsplash right here, but I'm just going to type this in, Unsplash, and this is like just beautiful pictures. And it's going to bring you right here to this part, and you can start really, like searching for whatever it is you want. So living rooms. I know I did like a ton of different ones, and this has been like I basically just uploaded them and found ones. Okay, so like this one here, this one's really pretty. So you could like just hit right click this picture, save image as, and I'm going to have it saved to my desktop. Okay. And it's free. These pictures are free, and they're non-copyrighted pictures. So that is definitely something you want to be sure you take, that you're using, is just non-copyright pictures. And interior design. Let's see if we can, okay, yeah. So interior design is going to definitely give you more options. So as you see, this is really beautiful here. So I'm going to save that. I just do a right click, save. Okay. And you may have to play around with your wording on how you want to look up, different things. But I think interior design is looking like a keyword I would go with. And you could even do, okay, so this is beautiful. Okay, so save as. And really what this is doing is it's going to give you like, just give you, make your videos look like even more appealing, super professional, and people are going to stop. I mean, this definitely stops this, the scroll for me, and people take notice of my videos, and it's because I put a lot of time and effort into really making them look high quality, high end, and, not that I want to, portray that, hey, I'm, this is my house, but I do want them to stop the scroll. So what we're going to do is let's kind of X out of there. Okay. And so right here, this is my Zoom menu that you see here. And let me kind of pull that up. So see right here behind here, this is my Zoom background, but this is the menu to upload new pictures for your virtual backgrounds. So what you want to do is come here, and I just always select, I have a green screen. I let it pick up the color, and then, we go from there. And now I just need to, pick a background. And but it knows, you know, manually pick the color of the background if the detected color is not accurate. So if it were picking up a different color than this green right here, then I would, you know, I would click this and I would select the right color so that it knows what color it's looking for to put the picture there. Okay, so there we go. So now I just selected this. Okay, so say like if I was here and I selected, oh, this is what I want to be my background. So my face is now the background. You don't want to do that. So what you want, it's like, okay, so this is the color I need to look for. No, I don't want it to look for like a tan color because I need it to look for the green color. So you're going to click here and we're going to click that background. And so now it knows, oh, everything that's that color, that's what color I'm looking for to, you know, put the background on. So say like once you've got your pictures and you've saved them to your desktop, you'll want to add them to your Zoom account. So this is the little plus sign right here. You're just going to click that, add image. You can also add a video, which is kind of cool too. And here's all of the pictures that we just chose, okay? And I don't think there were any other ones. So now I'm just going to open those and they're going to upload. So you see it just loading and doing its circles. And so now there it is. There's our background that we just picked up. And you can scroll all the way to the bottom and that's where your newest pictures are going to be. So is that not crazy? Look at that. It's so pretty. And the other really cool thing about these pictures are they are high quality, high resolution, and they're copyright free. And that's the most important thing, that you don't want to get into any copyright issues when doing this. And so that is exactly how I do all of my green screen work. And then now I'm going to just hit end and then end meeting. And so this pops up, converting meeting recording. And that's exactly what I want it to do. And so I'm going to like let this completely like download. It does take it a couple of minutes depending on how long your video is. And then that way you can see exactly how I pull this over into iMovie, because iMovie is where I take my videos to be recorded. And then once it's recorded, so right here, you see how I've done dragged basically like a clip in here. So just know that that is, I just drag it from this right here, you'll see, and drop it into here. Okay, so now you can see that it popped up, and so I'm going to hit save, and then this little screen pops up. And so what I do is I already have this like ready, you know, queued up, and I just take this and I just pull it right here into iMovie, and that pretty much well starts me into being able to do my recording. And I always minimize this just so I don't have to go back and look for it through Zoom. But nonetheless, if you needed to do that, this right here would be where you would go. You would pull your Zoom menu back up, you'd go to meetings, and this one, the last one that's right here, that would be the one where you'd hit open and it would re-download it and bring it right to your screen and all that fun stuff. And most of the times this is always stuck on, or, you know, positioned on the upcoming, but you just want to click here to recorded, and that will show you where you need to go. And so let me stop sharing my screen, and we are back to our main page here. And so I hope this helps you, and it shows you that you can totally record in Zoom and not be going live anywhere and not sharing that out. And it just gives you a really super professional background to be able to use the virtual backdrops, and it look really good and look real. And you don't have to worry about, you know, trying to find a different platform to record on. And a lot of people did not realize that you could record in Zoom and not have to be on like a meeting or any of that fun stuff. So anyways, I hope this was super helpful. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop your question below and I'll totally answer it. So until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.